my channel. My name is Miguel Perez, and today we're gonna talk about controllers. Now, I have been gaming on a controller kind of like this for literally my entire life, and I was in the market for another controller. However, I didn't want to spend as much money as I, originally spent. The base price for a controller these days is gonna be close to $70. That, and I also upgrade this with trigger locks, which cost about another extra $10. I was looking around for some cheap options, and this ended up popping up on my recommended. A lot of YouTubers recommend this Flatbox. So here's what this is. This is based off of the open source Flatbox project, which a lot of players have been using, except instead of building it from the ground up by commissioning a PCB, getting parts 3D printed, this is already just set up and ready to go. This has a lot of variants, but the one that I ended up buying is the one with the Cali Low red switches. Here it is in all its glory. I gotta say, this is probably one of the coolest things that I own. I use a similar controller. I used a Hitbox. I tried it out a little bit. Didn't really like it because A, it was very heavy. B, the buttons just didn't feel all that great to me. I know that they're individual buttons. However, I feel like Sanwa buttons just don't have the same response or the same feel that a mechanical switch uses. But this, on the other hand, this has a great mechanical feel to it. It's a lot smaller, it's a lot lighter. I'm pretty sure this can fit in anybody's pocket. Well, I'm not gonna try it out with my pockets because all of my freaking hands are, well, they're all tapered. The only reason why I ended up picking this up was because of the price. As I stated before, it's $70 for a regular controller and an extra $10 if I want locks. So I would have had to spend $80 in total. This, on the other hand, $40. Do I buy another controller for $80 or do I buy one of these for 40? I'll take the 40. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be loading up in 3 games. I'm gonna be loading up in Guilty Gear Strive, I'm gonna be loading up in Tekken 8, and I'm also gonna be loading up in Street Fighter 6. But I am gonna be setting a few ground rules. The first rule is that I'm gonna be playing using my vanilla settings. In other words, the settings that I've already used with this. The second rule is I'm gonna be keeping the bots. Well, I'm gonna be playing against bots, but I'm gonna have them be set to the default difficulty. The reason for that is because I want to get a good feel for it, and I know that with this I'm going to be messing up a lot. I'm going to try my best to get some wins, and hopefully this goes pretty well. And before we get started, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also subscribe to my channel and turn on those post notifications so that you never miss out on a video or a live stream. And now, let's get started.
La mezcla de su cena es genial. Tú también lo crees, ¿no?
Round 1. Fight.
You better not pull any punches.
That's my line.
Kai versus Soul. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Tricked you. Vortex. See ya. That's it. All right. It's over.
Slap. Let's rock.
Let's do this. Tyrant.
Not happening.
Nice try.
Burst mass.
My way.
Now
Did I get you?
Vortex.
Interesting.
Slap. Let's rock.
Slap. Faster.
Vortex.
Vortex. You're done.
Not happening.
Yes.
Slap.
Beginning operation.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Up and over. Coming in hot.
Fight.
All in all, I'm impressed. That controller handled surprisingly well. I'm honestly very impressed, given I did struggle a little bit when it came to doing my default actions. However, I also learned that I was able to do other actions fairly easily. If you do end up getting this, I recommend that you change your control scheme a bit. I stuck with my vanilla settings from my Xbox controller, so that right there kind of worked, but I am gonna have to swap things around. Now, as much as I really like this controller, I am gonna have to say that this probably isn't gonna be for everyone. For starters, this thing is very small. I don't have a lot of space on my desk, so I have to set this down on my lap just so I could use it. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like this case, it could probably be just a little bit bigger, just so I can have a little bit more support for my wrists. Another downside is the fact that even though this is 3D printed, I don't think they used the good stuff. Literally, as soon as I took it out of the box, there was a lot of debris and residue, which isn't a bad thing because I can easily just take off the caps, clean them up a little bit, and just put them back on, no problem. But the build quality itself, it's very cheap. But hey, it didn't cost an arm and a leg. Here's another downside to this controller, and that is the fact that literally none of these buttons are labeled. If this is your first time buying a hitbox or a flatbox, you're gonna have to reference the actual box that it comes with. Unfortunately, the one layout that it does not have is for the buttons that are up here. So real quick, this one right over here, the one in the far left, is the start button. Right next to that one is the, I guess you can call it the share button, but everything else, I still don't know. I'm still figuring that out. Once I do figure that out, I am going to be labeling this. But do I recommend it? Surprisingly enough, yes, I do. I definitely recommend it if you're going to try learning a leverless controller, but don't want to spend the premium price that many of these controllers are charging. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows because this does have a bit of a flaw. Now, if you're going to be using this on PC, you're not going to have to worry about this because it's literally just plug and play. But if you're going to be using on a PS5 or Xbox Series console, you're going to have a bit of a problem. And that's because this was not designed to work with the current gen consoles. From what I've read, this is maybe gonna work on a PS4. Other than that, you're gonna have to buy a converter just to use this on your current gen console. I believe a converter is gonna run you close to $50. So $40 plus the $50 that you're gonna be spending on a converter, you're looking at $90. But even so, I still recommend it because $90 compared to $200 to $300 for one of the premium controllers, it's still not a bad deal. If you guys try this out, please let me know how it goes in the comment section below. Also, if there's anybody who knows of a 3D printing service that can give me a bit of a bigger case for this thing, again, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, do you play leverless? Do you have any advice for people that don't play leverless, that are trying to transition? If so, like I said before, comment down below. Honestly, I'm just asking for help right now because I could really use it now that I'm gonna be, well, transitioning over to a leverless. Anyways, that's the end of the video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. And as always, this is San Diego Shooting Star signing out.